It's now the start of day 1058 of this Trump administration here on the East Coast, the final Friday 13th of the decade. Look at it that way. The breaking news this hour, a surprise, sudden end to the House Judiciary Committee marathon debate on the articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump.
It has been a long 2 days of consideration of these articles, and it is now very late at night. I want the members on both sides of the aisle to think about what has happened over these last 2 days and to search their consciences before we cast our final votes. Therefore, the committee will now stand in recess until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., at which point I will move to divide the question so that each of us may have the opportunity to cast up or down votes on each of the articles of impeachment, and to let history be our judge. The committee is in recess.
Chairman.
Republicans then proceeded to blast Nadler for the late-night surprise.
Chairman Nadler just did, and his staff, and the rest of the majority who sat there quietly and said nothing. This is why they don't like us, because they know it's all about games. They know it's all about these TV screens. It's all about getting at a president because they want the prime time hit. This is Speaker Pelosi and Adam Schiff and the others directing this committee. I don't have a chairman anymore. I guess I just need to go straight to Ms. Pelosi and say, what TV hit does this committee need to do? Because this committee has lost all relevance. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Well, Brian, the bottom line is, as we suspected, Democrats say they want to have this vote in the light of day. They simply think it's too important to be characterized as a vote to impeach the president, you know, in the dark of night, at midnight. They want this to be something that the American people can see in the light of day, rejecting a late end of primetime vote, instead wanting to do this first thing tomorrow morning.
We know that the thing that gets talked about most as an unfair process move is any vote that happens after midnight. Jerry Nadler obviously had his eye on the clock and made sure he gavelled out before then.
The debate began with its first session yesterday evening, continued through the day today and into the night. Republicans offered up a series of amendments that they knew would be voted down along party lines. The day was also filled with some fierce sparring between Democrats and Republicans over the charges against the president.
The entire argument for impeachment in this case is based on a charge that is not a crime, much less a high crime, and that has never been approved by the House of Representatives in a presidential impeachment before, ever in history.
There are no crimes here. That is the defense my colleagues across the aisle are putting forward. The president committed the highest crime against the Constitution by abusing his office.
The president had offered to give military aid if he got an investigation against his political rival, and his political rival happened to be Joe Biden, and he knew that was, in fact, conspicuously using public office and public money for public and private desires.
Well, I mean, look, I don't want to say that Doug Collins is a screeching histrionic drama queen, but because that would insult screeching histrionic drama queens. But this whole thing is a bad faith effort. It is performative in every way. Every one of these guys in this committee, they're out there waving their junk around to the maximum possible degree to distract from the fact that the president committed crimes, high and otherwise, in the course of trying to extort a foreign power to manipulate a United States election. They know that. They get that. But they are very disciplined. They are very structured. They know exactly what they're doing. They're playing for the Fox cameras. They're playing for their siloed set of media that the Trump fan base watches and listens to. And they're trying, as Joyce said, to basically frame this so that it goes to the Senate and Mitch McConnell can say, oh, my guys in the House said it was unfair, so nope, we're going to 51 votes, you're out, we're done.